When I picture a shaman, I picture the symbol, the infinity loop. And so a shaman is someone who is able to walk between worlds. They're able to go into that spiritual, intuitive world and then bring information back into the everyday, practical world. And so shamanism exists all over the world. And if you think about ancient shamans, they were often the medicine women or men of the tribe. They were the healers. They were the ones who would go and drum or go into a trance or somehow alter their consciousness so that they could access wisdom that exists outside of the mind. And they would bring back information of what herb might heal somebody, or when the tribe should move to a new location, or what this particular individual who needed healing, what would be the best way to facilitate that. I discovered I was a shaman after working with Don Miguel Ruiz, who wrote the 4 Agreements, for many years, and I had been going on spiritual journeys with him, going to all his workshops, reading his books. And yeah, it was a very kind of energetic, in some ways even surprising awareness or awakening for me, because I hadn't grown up in a culture, or my parents were accountants. That wasn't kind of part of our vernacular. And at the same time, when I was little, I often would have dreams that turned out to be true, or I would just know something and find out later that it was accurate. And so I can see little clues along the way, and yet at the same time it was really because I had a spiritual awakening, which life delivered me into Don Miguel's world, and I felt like I kind of went down this rabbit hole of letting go my old ways of thinking and being, and learning how to trust my intuition and connect into myself. It's not about learning tools or techniques, it's really about a way of life. And so I would consider myself a living shaman, because the way I approach life is with that shamanic approach to be able to look out at the world and see that we're all one, to really have that deep connection to nature, to be able to access those kind of inner resources, this inner wisdom, and then also use it for being of service to others, to use it for healing. That all these kind of shamanic abilities have informed the way I speak with my children. It informs the kind of relationship I have with my husband. It informs when I bring groups of women together in circle, the kind of ceremonies we do, and the way we honor the cycles of life and the cycles in nature. It also has played a huge role in my business, because I believe that for those of us who have that pull to be, or have that calling to be a healer or a coach or a teacher or a leader, that we really have to first tap into what's true for us. What is it that we value? What is it? How do we best express ourselves in the world? How do we create a business that really fits us uniquely? And because I have this ability to help people really see what their real deep gifts are, and then how can they translate that and share that in a business in the world, that has a very shamanic approach to it. And so I like to say that I'm a shamanic business coach, because I've had all these experiences of being successful and creating 7-figure businesses and understanding branding and marketing and who your ideal client is, and sales and websites and all the nitty-gritty pieces that make up a successful business. But I find that it's when you actually merge the two and you are answering that soul's calling, and then you're translating that into how do you want to serve other people? How do you want to make a difference in the world? How do you actually put a business together that syncs up with your soul? That's when I see the most success, and that's when I see people who are women who are business owners really have the biggest impact in the world.